Back in open session, December 3rd, Selectmen's meeting. We have kind of a short agenda today because we're going over to Middleborough to meet with the Selectmen there. And Liz, I think we're going to start with your
Sure. With the
correspondence or updates.
Yeah. We can go through the correspondence first, if that's okay.
Sure.
So we have an item here from the Atwoods, and it's the annual report form for the Water Management Act, so basically the water rights and information for that property.
Oh, nice.
She sent it in a very nice little note card, so.
So I took a quick look at that, and it has a box on it that says, has this property been sold this year? And but it actually still, I know they sold it, it still looks like it would be for them to fill out, really. But
I think I would suggest for this form, because I took a peek at it too, that maybe we scan it to Jonathan Eichman and say, what would you like us to do with this? That way nobody checks off the wrong box or something
I mean,
happens.
Can I
it's
see
our
the
main
card?
obligation.
I just wanted to take a look at the card.
You want to read the
She did say
poem,
that when
too?
she called, that she was unsure that she would be mailing it, that she believed that we should have this form.
Right,
So I said,
which I
sure,
think we
send it.
should, but it's a question of
Yeah.
if they need to, so if we could scan
Can I
that
see
to
this?
Sure. So
Jonathan.
Beverly is the daughter, right?
Beverly is,
The daughter?
no,
No,
Oh.
that's the mother.
Mother.
Is the mother, okay.
yeah, she wrote the poem. That's
Yeah,
her, that's
she
her
had a
poem.
poem when we were at the meeting, which went on for a while.
So
Nice lady.
send that to Jonathan Eichman?
Yes.
See, this is their name on there somewhere?
It
Yeah, on
is.
the other side.
Yeah.
And then down
Bruce
here,
Atwood,
there's
yeah.
the option of, I thought I saw something on there, has this been sold?
Acres cultivated, groundwater, surface water, transfer information?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, I just think he might want to see that we have that.
definitely.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good.
We were looking to appoint Chief Silva as the co-director to the Emergency Management Agency. So just looking for a vote and signature on this.
So I'll make a motion, so moved.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. With
Congratulations.
enthusiasm, yes.
No snowstorms this winter, okay?
Just rain.
That's it.
We have a form here from Jill Pallenstein for the event that's being held on December 9th at the Town Green, requesting use of that space beginning at 6:00 PM. And so far, they have signatures from both the police chief and the fire chief.
So I make a motion, we approve this application for use of town property.
Second.
All
All
those-
those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We'll let you sign
That's the
it,
tree
John?
lighting, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Great.
I think mainly the Historic Society and Jill and others are putting this together. It's a long-held tradition that we missed a couple of years on, and great that it's coming back. Really
Certainly.
wonderful.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hear that Christine Joy is going to be the mistress of
I
ceremony.
am. I'm super excited.
We have a letter here from John Norrie. He's interested in purchasing a piece of town-owned land that's a little over 2 acres on Brook Street. We should probably handle this the way that we've handled everything
Yes.
else and just let him know that in the future, if we evaluate our town-owned land and we determine that we're interested in selling something, that we would notify him of such and that it would go through the auction process.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That actually brings up, did we finalize, you wrote a nice memo that would dovetail with the treasurer's report on how we would go about yearly evaluating.
I didn't hear anything back on that. Do you want me to resend the draft?
Please.
And we can look at it again?
Because we probably should vote on that.
I think we should to establish it as a
Policy.
policy.
So maybe we could put that on the next
Agenda?
agenda.
Perfect.
Policy and procedure for town-owned land, or how do you want?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mhm.
Sale of town-owned land.
Sale, right, or disposition of town-owned land.
We have a letter here which we had previously already acted on from Watchtower, Jehovah's Witnesses regarding a September 24th, 2018 incident. I've already reported to the police chief on this, so
Thank you.
I think it's all set. We have a notification from the Council on Aging that Senator Michael Brady will be here at the townhouse in their office on Wednesday at 10 a.m. for a coffee and conversation type.
This Wednesday?
Yes, at 10. They notified me of it today, and I put it on social media and on the
Terrific.
website. So anyone is welcome to attend, and it's coffee and conversation with the senator.
Kind of an open house?
Yes.
Nice.
They wanted to know if any of you would like to attend.
I would like to attend, but unfortunately, I have to work. Work gets in the way of everything.
I would love to attend, but I have a previous thing, I'm afraid.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
This is another notification from the Council on Aging regarding their Christmas party at the Upland Club, December 13th at noon. And this is an invitation for everybody, so they will need to know if people are going or not. I had thought of stopping by, but depending on what we hear back from the assessor's office, we may have another engagement.
What
Yeah.
kind of day is that?
December 13th is a Thursday,
Oh, yeah.
Thursday at noon.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say I cannot.
And I also, I'm afraid I can't do it also.
I've signed up for the dinner with my wife, but, you know, if Cisco's on, then we'll go to Cisco.
Yeah.
And she'll go to the dinner, so.
Okay.
And then we just had some Plympton Halifax Express, although was that the newest one?
The one in your hand is the
No,
newest
I had
one.
looked at the old one before.
That's the newest one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there were some great pictures from the Thanksgiving game. Silver Lake was victorious. They played Pembroke. And this is the one, I think I had grabbed the old one before.
Just had the fire.
You had the fire in the
Yeah.
center.
Yes.
Really nice
The
pictures.
center spread with the new chief. All good things for Plympton.
Was kind of hoping for the front page, I'm not gonna lie. Was a little disappointed that it was in center. but-
Centerfold, though.
I
Two
know, I
pages.
know, it was beautiful, but
Two-page
you could have
spread.
started it on the front page and then gone to the center.
I agree.
I think it was definitely newsworthy to be on the
And the reporter
front.
isn't even here to
I
hear
know.
the concern.
Do you want me to do my update?
Sure.
Were we gonna call on Steve, or?
No, he's just listening.
Really? Just watching the show?
So the Green Communities work is moving along. The invoicing process with the vendor is taking a lot longer than what we would like. It's no discredit to them, they're doing very good work, but I think that they're spread a little bit thin right now with all the different projects that are going
Sure.
on. I met with Seth Pickering from Department of Energy Resources, and the only issue with the delay in the invoices comes for next year's grant funding cycle. We would need to have our applications together and submitted in February. And in order to be eligible, all 4 disbursements of the grant money for this year need to have been made and received by the town. So far, we've only received disbursement 1 of 4, and they can't send us any more money until we have invoices.
Yeah.
So I keep poking and prodding, and Lisa Sullivan is helping me with that too from Old Colony. But we're really kind of in a holding pattern. They've done a ton of work, and it's all very good work, but they're just not sending us bills for it.
Okay.
So they didn't think the person from the state that I talked to, he said, you know, it's not all that uncommon for towns doing this much work to kind of have some of that work cycle into the new year. But obviously, I'd like us to be eligible to just continue the momentum
Sure.
and not take a year off altogether from it. So we'll see what we can do on that end. They still have some stuff left to be done around town, and we were able to work through the Dennett lighting issue, so everything's pretty well on track. It's just
Great.
getting a little impatient with that.
We just want to pay for it.
Right, who knew it would be so much trouble to pay people for the work they've done? The animal control officer sent me a proposal. I haven't looked through it yet, but I think it's something that we might want to put on an upcoming agenda and have a discussion. He's been talking with the police chief about whether or not it would make sense to have him go under the police department. I thought we had kind of worked through that issue already, that discussion when we pointed out in the bylaw where he has the power to issue the civil citations and that sort of thing. But it's up to the board if we want to do it as more of a correspondence type thing and just acknowledge it, but maybe not act on it, or if we want to reopen that discussion.
I thought the discussion was we're gonna keep it under the Board of Selectmen, so
Okay.
if he wants to change it, I think we have to open up the
Have him come
discussion
in
again.
and,
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking when he sent it over to me, so.
yeah.
I told him that I would mention it this evening and then get back to him with,
For some reason, he feels that doesn't give him enough power, and I guess I'd like to know why.
okay. All right, maybe we can set something up then for him to come in on the 17th.
And on the 17th, sure.
Okay, we're gonna have a fairly full agenda.
Well, maybe we should put it, we could also do it right after the new year. I mean, I don't think that there's a big, I don't think it's very time sensitive.
January 7th?
You want to do that right after the new year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could do
I'm
that.
okay with,
Yeah, I just
Give it-
think maybe he feels like he needs more support or backup, and maybe that's why he wants to go this direction, is that they're there, 24/7 in the
Yeah.
event something were to happen, but they're still there for him. He doesn't need to work under them for them to assist in the event he needed them.
No, and they've
Maybe-
been assisting him, in some ways actually kind of over-assisting him. Their response has been wonderful, but for different things that he's had to do, there are
why don't you,
sometimes multiple officers showing up to
why don't you,
assist.
Liz, meet with him and Pat,
Okay,
the three of you?
okay, maybe we can
Before it
work
gets
through
here.
some of the
Get to the
stuff
bottom
and
of
then
it,
see
yeah.
if he even
Yeah.
wants to come forward
Yeah.
with
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
perfect.
All right, that works.
And I mean, just to follow up a little on that, I think our present bylaw has everything in it he needs. It's just not well organized.
Right,
And
I agree.
We certainly did talk about rewriting it. I just haven't gotten near that yet. And don't know when and if I will, but it's all there. He has everything he needs.
Well, even if we were to rewrite it, nothing's gonna happen till after town meeting, so
Right.
this is it until May.
Yep.
Okay.
I sent out all of the budget materials, so everybody has all of their stuff to start working on.
Would you send us, the cover letter or whatever when it goes
Sure.
out? I'd just like
Sure.
to know what other people are getting, so.
Oh, okay, it's the same,
I assumed
as the
it
draft,
is,
but I
but yeah.
can send you the finished version.
Yeah, great.
And so when is that due?
They're due back to me by January 8th.
Wow.
So it
Nice
puts
and
the
early.
process 3 weeks ahead of last year. And then that gives me 3 weeks to meet with people and everything, and then I'll be sitting down with Nate and we'll figure out who they want to have us,
So in
come in
previous years, there've been a few departments that have always been late, and that might be a good starting point to be reminding them. It's a little tricky, it's over the holidays, but they
Right.
really want it. You shouldn't have to spend a lot of time chasing them after the 8th.
The only one that should be after the 8th is the school department, and I've already spoke with the superintendent about that. So they have their materials, but we have an understanding of what their schedule is gonna be. It's a little
Okay.
bit different.
Yeah.
They need school committee vote and,
Okay.
and all of that. So working on that, and the highway director, Scott Ripley, he came to me requesting if he could set up his own Facebook page for the highway department. I don't know how necessary it is, but at the same time, police have their own, fire has their own, and the library has their own.
I don't see a problem, but he'd have to abide by the policies and procedures that are in place.
That's what I was explaining to him, and he had no problem with that. And I said maybe I could set up the page for him and then send him off and running with it. And he can set his own password, and he'll just access it and be responsible for it from that point on.
Well, it might not be a bad idea because they do the transfer station and
Sure.
they have other things too with, road issues.
Right, or when they take like the hazardous materials
Right.
that day and everything.
They can really promote their
It would
own.
also be helpful, I think, in certain, say in a snow emergency, if there's something going on with the plowing or, a tree down in the road or something of that nature, he could just pop on there and do his own thing rather than him having to notify me, then me log in and do
Right.
it. It's,
No, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
the
and
information will be coming
We
from him.
link to each other's,
And
don't
then we all
we?
share each
Okay.
other's stuff and everything anyway.
Perfect. So everybody, the message is
Um,
disseminated.
Right. I didn't see a problem with it, but I wanted to run it by the board before doing that. He had asked if I could help him set up the page. So we just want to make sure it's similar to the town's page, like the private message feature turned off, because
Right.
that becomes public record and a lot to manage and maintain, that kind of thing. So we could set it up for him if the board is okay with it. I just wanted
Yeah.
to.
Appreciate his
to your attention.
initiative on that.
Yeah, I think that's great.
I think it's good. He was talking about the page that the Halifax Public Works Department has, and he thought that it was very helpful sometimes for getting word out. Like, say when they were doing all that paving work and some people had concerns, just kind of putting the word out there in real time and keeping everybody in the loop. So,
Yeah, Halifax Highway does a good job. They're constantly updating, so it's good.
right, and I think that would be helpful too for us. Then it's more us sharing the information rather than him having to send me a whole
Right.
book of what he wants on there.
Right.
Okay, I'll move forward with that then
Great.
with him, and we'll get something
Well, thanks
done.
for helping him. What's he gonna put on his cover? Does he have a picture?
I don't know yet.
The transfer station.
Will this be a no response back? Just him, no comments back?
No
You
comments.
have on
Yeah,
file?
Right.
we'll set it up the same as ours. And I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Terrific.
I got a few things. I'd like to see us get the parking lot back on next meeting.
Okay.
So,
Will we have time on the 7th or the 13th or
7th.
whatever, 17th is the next one?
17th.
Or do you want to wait till January 7th?
well, let's see what the agenda looks
Okay.
like for the 17th. We can push it off if we
Okay.
have to.
Okay.
So the budget's gone out. Where we stand with the master plan?
Nowhere good. The fire department needs their technology, like, the whole setup needs to be completely redone. It looks like nothing's happened over there in several years, as far as the server being updated.
Right.
Giving them proper access and making sure that they have suitable workspaces and everything. So Chief Silva's been working very hard on that, and we have Michael coming back tomorrow morning. And we're,
I was clarifying. I meant the Old Colony planning.
oh, that
Council
master plan, I
plan.
thought you meant the
No, no, I'm
technology
sorry.
one. All right, I was jumping ahead to technology. That seems to be coming along fine. I haven't heard anything otherwise from Lisa. I think she's just working on it as time permits.
Yeah, I think I just had an Old Colony meeting on Wednesday, and they did an update on it, that the comprehensive permit policies, that part of
That's all
it's done,
done.
right? And that, I think that they thought that they were done with this, but they were waiting for comments back from us on the plan. Did we not get anything from them?
No.
All right, you may want
I'll
to touch
follow up with
base with
Lisa.
her. Okay, perfect.
I'm still anticipating we're going to get something around the parking within that plan. And I don't know if anybody's working on that. That's, right now, that's my main concern.
I'll make sure.
Okay. As a piece of that, and this probably goes to the highway, you can't see, for old people like me, coming in, trying to swing into the driveway, you just never know where it is. And I get lots of complaints from senior citizens that, so somehow we've got to figure that out.
I've received complaints too.
Yeah.
I had talked to Bob Carling about lighting down there, but
But
nothing came of it.
I think it probably comes under Scott
Okay,
to do the initiative, if you could get together with him and
sure.
tell him that's high on the priority, especially in the winter when, we start getting snow and everything.
It seems to be getting darker and darker.
I know.
It does,
This,
doesn't it?
this time I could hardly see coming in, yeah.
I mean, there may be some low-tech temporary answers, solar-powered lights down there.
Just
like-
something
I
to
was
light
wondering,
up
Even
the
like a
driveways.
lamppost or just something.
It doesn't
Yeah.
need to be
Yeah.
elaborate, right.
I was also thinking you could paint, they have this fluorescent paint, you can paint, you see it on some of the senior citizens places, just so it lights up
Enter,
as you come.
And then exit. So,
But I don't want to figure it out for them, I just
Okay.
want somebody to solve it.
The sign to the townhouse isn't even that lit up.
No.
I know, we should get something.
mhm.
So,
Jim put some
Right.
things in, but they're in the wrong place.
Okay.
Your headlights don't pick them up, and that's
Oh,
what we need
those
to.
reflectors, yeah.
So, let's see, kind of skipping around here. Economic development, nothing going on right now.
Nothing going on.
It would be interesting, though, as part of responding to John Norrie, to see if we could tweak him to come in and talk to us.
Yeah.
He says he will once in a while, and, so, I thought. Financial management, the budget's out, public safety, a lot going on.
It moves forward. Public Safety Committee meets Saturday, they're actually doing a tour of the place. Unfortunately, I'll miss that one, but.
What time they doing that?
9 o'clock.
9
Nine.
o'clock? Is that just, do
It's
they
the-
want some people, or?
It's the committee, but the Board of Selectmen representative, I'm not on the committee, can't make it, so if you want to go, I'm sure that'd be all right. I'd let Colleen know.
Yeah, but they don't want any other people?
No,
Okay,
absolutely
okay,
not.
okay,
No, it's
okay.
not a tour for the general
Okay,
public
okay.
yet.
The meeting after will be filmed here.
The Public Safety Building Committee meeting? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
And that is, of course, open to the public.
Mhm.
The meeting is open to the
Yeah.
public.
Grants, we'd like to get that meeting, Liz, with Elise,
Okay.
okay, so that we sit down and talk. I still think that's an area where we could do something.
I'll mention this sort of tongue-in-cheek, I mentioned this to Liz, but you sent that nice notice about the woman who worked part-time in the small town and got $7 million worth of grants. We should contact her, hire her.
Yeah, she wouldn't have to be here.
She knows this, she's already
knows
done
the
it.
system.
She's successful.
She's gonna come from Monterey.
No, you could, everything's online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she could come here once, do a tour, and do everything from home. It's one
thought.
phone call.
Should we reach out?
Let me think about that,
Okay.
okay? There are ways we could reach out that would be more personal,
Okay.
okay, because my son-in-law's mother-in-law was very active in the town. It's
Okay.
a very small town.
Just
So-
like Plympton.
Just like
No.
Plympton,
It's it's 1/3 of Plympton.
really.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
Even better.
It doesn't make 1,000 people. Okay,
Seems like there's nothing to lose there. and just
Exactly.
Yeah.
floating it.
No,
Yeah.
not.
And the whole
Yeah.
thing's tongue-in-cheek anyway, and if it isn't to be, it isn't to be.
Definitely worth a phone call.
Yeah, okay.
I'd still like to talk to Elise, though. I
Okay.
think
Oh, yeah, I think that we should too.
volunteerism, I don't know, right now, there seems to be good spirit everywhere, so I think we're okay.
Mhm.
And technology, you mentioned the master plan and working
Yes.
with the fire department.
Right
That's
now,
great.
getting the fire department online where they need to be is the top priority.
Yeah.
I would just say, for a new chief coming on, we want as much of his energy directed toward organizing. I'm so sorry you're having technologic problems.
working through it.
Yes.
All right, well, and I think we've certainly let Liz know, and Liz totally understands that it's top priority.
I want to circle back to financial management just for a minute. I do want to, one of the problems we're having is partly technology. The server we've never got the emails up on the server. Michael's never finished that. So we can't share because people don't have email addresses within the town, the town, what am I trying to say, the address.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow we've got to solve that, because that's one thing I want to personally work on with you and Barbara is the financial management reporting system.
Okay.
And it just seems the budget system is the place to start.
Well, are there any other options if Michael's not getting it done?
I don't know. That's a good question.
There are.
I mean, it's just setting up email, right?
Well,
He's got to
he
bring
has to
everybody
set
over.
up- He has to bring everybody over and then set something up so that all the old email addresses, if people still send stuff to those, that it gets forwarded. And also make sure that we don't lose the stuff from the old. He was supposed to have the chief's email set up as like the very first email on the new server, which he did set it up, but it's still not configured properly.
God, you would think we'd be able to get a kid from Silver Lake to do
I
this.
know.
So I think,
That's a thought. Maybe we ask Steve Pello, the technology director for Silver Lake, if he's got somebody that could just come in and do that.
For community service? I
I
don't know if,
So for the email addresses, from how it was explained to me, and this is outside my area of expertise, but I believe he has to manually set up each one. I think he's pretty much done doing that, but he hasn't gone live with it, so to speak. I'm not sure if that's maybe why the chief's new email isn't functioning.
can we give him a deadline?
Yeah, we should.
I
I mean,
think
this has
maybe
been
we
going on for a
should.
while.
Right, that if he doesn't have it done by this certain date, we're gonna have to pursue other options.
Well, and I also, the problem is that it keeps kind of hanging out there in limbo, and then other more important things come down the pipeline. Like, I don't want to be in a situation where I don't have access to email, say, like when all the budget stuff is due. Like, it seems like there's always something big going on, like right when
Sure.
we get to that spot that we're looking to
Mhm.
push him. He is coming, like I said, over to the fire station tomorrow. I'm happy to come over there, and
What time's he gonna be there? Maybe I'll
I
drop
think
in.
9:30 or
Okay,
10.
okay,
Coffee will be
Okay,
on, you guys
good.
will be on.
Hmm?
I said
Coffee will be on.
Come by.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to get it done.
We need to get that done and kind of move on to some other things.
Right. And if he doesn't wanna do it, that's fine too.
Couple of
Would
updates
you like a
on,
follow-up date on this? Are we
we'll
going
talk to Michael tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
we'll
Mhm.
figure
follow.
that out.
The Old Town House, the windows, I understand, are coming in Wednesday.
Yes.
The combination to the safe was found. So,
It's been decommissioned.
yeah. I understand they put the drains back on, but they put them on the wrong way, so they now drain into the tar. And
For
they're
what?
screwed on. We had a problem where a lady fell, well, a
Right.
couple of people fell, because it was just a sheet of ice. So I think Steve put the drains so that they would drain away towards the back of the
Right.
thing. So we probably need him
They
to
put them on
just,
backwards?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
these are the little things I hear about, because I have a wife in Zumba and
If
yoga.
it's Steve tonight, I will let him know.
Great.
Fixed drainage, drain pipes, right?
Yeah, it's just, I think they're screwed in, so he just has to,
Drain
yeah.
extensions.
okay. I'm,
Right, we have to be in Middleborough at 7?
Yes.
Okay.
okay.
Licenses have gone out for liquor, common vic, scrap, class 2 and class 3. So next week will be a,
Okay.
Oh, so do we have to renew those next meeting?
no, well, I don't think we're gonna shut anybody down. As long as I have them in and they're all good, it shouldn't be a problem. Even if they're not signed.
Because we'll have some inspections
Yeah.
along the
Right.
way.
Those
Yeah.
have been going on, we already have the list and been discussing the inspections as far as fire. I've been talking with John.
No, but we
She's
did inspections last year.
Of all the class
We-
2
we-
and 3.
done-
Yeah.
It was actually just 2 places that
Okay.
we wanted to go to.
Only two? No. No.
Well, that were really the ones with like the car issue and you ended up doing them and splitting them up, but there's really nothing to see for some of the other ones. Nothing's changed. The club hasn't changed, the liquor store hasn't changed, the class 2.
But we
the
go
two-
in and do it. I mean, we at least drop in and, walk
Yeah,
through.
well, I have the fire department doing their inspection from
Right,
top to
so-
bottom.
What we generally do, euphemistically referred to as an ISI, in-service inspection, and we can go into a commercial property, we like to give a little bit of notice, and just to make sure that they're current with fire regulations, more specifically to things like exit lights, fire alarm system functional. Do we have a list of contacts, how do we get things, fire exits, things of that nature, which is something we routinely do, which will be much more efficient once we get that computer system working.
I'm sure. Yeah, because I think I did the club last year.
Yeah, you did.
So we did, yeah,
And
the
I did
liquor,
some
the
class
club, and the
twos.
car, counting
I
cars.
did the cars down on,
That was the 2 bigger
106.
ones.
Yeah.
You had a big concern over that
Angels,
one.
I think that
yeah,
was.
Angels and,
And I did Carry Auto and, yeah, so,
It's Carries and Competition are the ones who you really have a lot of guidelines on.
which
Yeah.
one's competition?
The one right down after
Oh,
Hodges
yeah.
Park.
Hodges
Okay,
Box,
yeah.
yeah.
Because it's so many cars out
Right.
front. The other ones really don't have, there's not
Well,
a,
Angels, he's not supposed to have more than
Right.
15 cars. Mike True's place is no problem because
no.
he's got, they're all out back. You
Right.
can't see them.
Well, do you want
So
to
should we-
divide it up
Should
again?
we divide it up,
Yeah.
and that way we could
I'd
act?
say we do the same thing we did last year.
I'm
All
glad
right.
to do the liquor ones.
Okay, do you want to do the club too? Or just
I can
Kang?
do the
John
club.
has a
I'll do the club.
relationship with
Okay,
the club.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to send us the
want what I
list?
do? Who wants to, yes.
Yeah,
Who
why don't you
wants-
just send us the list, and then we'll divide it up.
John, can I give you the moon and back?
Sure.
Yeah, the common vittlers, perfect.
She's got to, do some insurance stuff.
Okay,
Got it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that, we'll have our inspections done before the next meeting, so we'll be able to sign the
Yeah,
permits
and
if they
then
have
we can-
everything to you.
I'll send you the list and
okay.
their cover. of what
Perfect,
they've
and yeah,
got.
what their, right, conditions.
So,
That sounds great.
Okay,
those were the 2 big ones, were
Okay,
that and that, the vehicles being open.
so I would make a motion, we adjourn this meeting to Middleborough,
Okay?
all right, I'll second.
and we will, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We won't be coming back, so
No.